guys, what's up? I'm Dusty Smith, and this is the Cult of Dusty. You know, I've debated a few preachers in my life, and one of the preachers I debated about a year ago, I debated at a Western Sizzling restaurant. For some reason, we decided to meet there, and so we met there, and I debated him. And every time I would bring up to him something evil that the Christian religion had done, you know, like the Crusades or the Spanish Inquisition, you know, or the Catholic Church putting people to the question, which basically they would just torture them until they admitted to doing something wrong, and then they would kill them or whatever. Whenever I would bring up all the bad shit that Christianity's done over the years, he would say the same thing over and over again. Those weren't real Christians doing that. Those were fake Christians. You can't blame Christians for that because they weren't really following the word of the Bible. People who were really following the word of the Bible would have never done that. And it didn't matter what evil thing Christians had done. If I brought it up, he would just dismiss it with a wave of his hand. Because those weren't real Christians. But the funny part is, when it came to the good things Christians do, you know, like the few charities they donate to, or the Christian hospitals there are and shit like that, you know, he was ready to take credit for those. He was ready to give Christianity credit for those. All the good shit, fine. He was completely ready to take credit for. But anything bad that was done in the name of Christianity, he waved that shit away. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I told him. If you give somebody credit for the good things they do, but don't give them credit for the bad things they do, then you can make anybody in the fucking earth sound like a good guy. Anybody. For example, let's take Hitler. Hitler was a hell of a guy if you don't count any bad thing that he ever did. I mean, if you don't count all the Jews that he killed and the wars that he started and all the fucking horrible atrocities he pulled, if you don't count all that shit, Hitler was the fucking bomb. He was a man of the people who was loved by millions. He was a good speaker and, from what I hear, a pretty damn good artist. And you gotta admit, he was a hell of a speaker. He could talk motherfuckers into doing anything. And, you know, that takes intelligence. He had to be really fucking intelligent to run an entire fucking nation like he did. So, if we look at Hitler the same way Christians look at Christianity and only count all the good shit and don't count any of the bad shit, he was a pretty cool motherfucker. Come on. You gotta give it to him. He was. But no, you don't have to give it to him. You know why you don't have to goddamn give it to him? Because you do have to give him credit for all that bad shit he did. You do have to give him credit for all the fucking Jews that were killed under his watch. You do have to give him credit for all the homosexuals that were killed under his watch. And all the gypsies and all the fucking people that died in his war. You got to give him credit for all that shit. You can't fucking look at him as a good guy and just ignore all the bad shit. And you can't fucking do that shit to Christianity either because it's bullshit. Anyone who's even halfway fucking intellectually honest with himself will see right through that bullshit. The Christian religion has led to some really fucking horrifically, terribly bad shit. And you don't get to fucking just dismiss it with the goddamn wave of your hand. You gotta admit that shit. You gotta stand up to it and own it. Don't fucking tell us that it's a religion of love and peace, because it's goddamn not. So my fellow atheists, whenever you fucking hear a Christian do this, stand up and call goddamn bullshit on them. Don't let them goddamn get away with this, because this is ridiculous. You wouldn't fucking let a skinhead, racist Nazi get away with it. Don't let fucking Christians get away with it either. They gotta own that shit just like everybody else does. For thecultofdusty.com, I am Dusty Smith, and as always, until next time, logic.